From January 22nd to the 23rd, Whitney Webb shared insightful commentary addressing various critical topics. From critiquing the interplay of tech oligarchs and political structures to debunking accusations about her work, Whitney once again challenges mainstream narratives and public figures alike. Here's a detailed overview of her post. Are you even familiar with my work? Have you ever read anything I've written or watched any of my interviews? I've never said any of these things, literally not a single one. And it speaks volumes that you can't respond to the facts of Trump's past comments and funding on Gavi, and instead have to rely on fabrications about my character and reporting, and an image of a 90s cartoon that I doubt you have even watched. Since if you did, you might realize that you and Walter have succumbed to the election season Ren and Stimpy happy happy joy joy helmet that negatively impacts rational discourse. Or maybe it's the fact that I'm one of the few voices on this platform that criticizes the CIA-linked tech oligarch who was a longtime employer of your brother? Feel free to clarify. Whitney questions Brett Weinstein's criticism of her work and accuses him of avoiding the facts by relying on character attacks and dismissive imagery like the Ren and Stimpy cartoon. I do not say there is no way out, and I don't say everyone everywhere is horrible. I don't think Trump's cabinet picks and some of his rhetoric recent partnerships are good for freedom. That is not everyone everywhere. I do talk about things people can do all the time. What is going on? Do you people not actually listen to me? I don't get it. Whitney defends herself against claims that she promotes a negative message and emphasizes that she offers actionable solutions in her work. I've been criticizing both parties since I started writing, and every 4 years the side that gets pissed at me switches. It's not exactly fun, but I promise you, I've been consistent. Whitney asserts that she has consistently criticized both political parties and observes how the backlash alternates depending on which side is in power. The black pill smear is the new conspiracy theorist smear for when someone wants to dismiss inconvenient facts without engaging with them. Whitney claims that calling someone black-pilled, a reference to pessimism, is a modern way to avoid addressing difficult truths. Elon Musk was subpoenaed, along with Tom Pritzker and Google co-founders Brin and Page, as part of the Epstein J.P. Morgan case in the U.S. Virgin Islands, meaning the USVI court obtained information during discovery suggesting Elon was connected in some significant way to Epstein's relationship with that bank. J.P. Morgan paid millions to settle and keep the case from going to court. Will the information the USVI obtained on the JPM Epstein link to Musk, Brin, Page, and Pritzker ever be made public? It should be. Whitney highlights Elon Musk and others being subpoenaed in the Epstein J.P. Morgan case and questions whether the information will be revealed to the public. Possible, but Martin Nowak and the other scientists he heavily backed were not subpoenaed in this case. Whitney clarifies that while some scientists received funds without direct ties to Epstein, others he supported closely were not subpoenaed in the current case. No, I shared other people's views, but it seems like it got plenty of critical coverage, which I'm happy to boost. Whitney denies being baited into silence on Oracle and OpenAI, stating she has already shared critical views from others. It's fascinating that a few years ago, some people who welcomed the view, which I still hold, that both parties are corrupt and should be scrutinized now shriek at me and try to discredit my work, saying I hate everyone. Everyone is not the American corrupt political class and a small handful of big tech billionaires. Social media has created a myopic view for some, as those politicians and tech barons are more algorithmically boosted than everyday people. Podcast influencers who have proximity to those tech barons seems to propagate this view, but I assure you it is false. Don't tell me I don't have solutions, which I do offer in nearly every interview I give, when the only solution you will accept is to vote either Democrat or Republican every 4 years. It's team sports that have gotten us nowhere except in a terrible bind, and I'm not going to pick up the habit again to pander to a particular demographic or court donors. Whitney defends her critique of both parties and expresses frustration with social media amplifying certain narratives while ignoring her proposed solutions. This is a partial response to tweets from Brett Weinstein yesterday, and I would also like to know what works of mine propagate false claims about him, as he alleges. If it was that he in fact has watched Ren and Stimpy, I am happy to apologize for that oversight. I reject his view that me not supporting the Trump campaign this cycle means I am backing Goliath, by which I assume he means the powers that be. Frankly, my view is that the powers that be benefit the more we voluntarily consent to participate in the electoral political spectacle and outsource our power to untrustworthy politicians. Thinking that is our only hope is the real black pill IMO. Happy to debate this or any other point with Brett or Walter anytime. Whitney Webb refutes Brett Weinstein's claims, explaining she opposes electoral politics empowering Goliath, the powers that be, and offers to debate him on these points. People who say I am so negative all of the time, IMO, are really saying that I am not being positive enough about the incoming administration. Not having rose-colored glasses about a second-term president, when they have 4 years of political precedent that is questionable at best behind them, does not make me a negative perma-doomer. We just have different opinions about a particular political brand. I can assure you I am actually optimistic and quite happy. I derive that happiness from spending time with my friends and family and the beautiful place I call home. I would happily stuff my feed with pictures and anecdotes, but it's honestly not smart or safe to do so in today's world. I use Twitter for commentary about current events and to promote my written work. If more people read my actual work instead of assuming the occasional tweets of mine they see are my work, I think the perspective about me among some groups would be very different. Whitney Webb counters claims of being overly negative, emphasizing her happiness and optimism, while clarifying her tweets reflect commentary, not her entire body of work. Whitney Webb's posts from January 22nd to 23rd continue to dissect complex topics and challenge mainstream narratives. Her insights invite readers to critically evaluate the intersection of governance, technology, and global policies. For exclusive deals and partnerships with platforms like Epstein and Gemini, check the links in the description. Stay informed, think critically, and join the conversation shaping our future. SIM swap fraud is sweeping the globe, and your mobile security is at risk. Switch to Epstein and lock out SIM swap fraud and get the most elite mobile protection in the world. Epstein guarantees 100% protection from SIM swaps, backed by a $5 million insurance policy. Stay secure with reliable coverage, free international roaming, and unlimited data. Trust Epstein to keep your communications and assets secure. Get military-grade protection, 24/7 concierge service, and a hassle-free upgrade. Click the link below for $150 off. Thanks for watching. Help support this channel and receive exclusive offers from one of our partners located in the description. We'll see you on the next one.